Listen, man, no one's gonna tell you this, but I will. The more you chase her, the less she sees you. The more you explain yourself, the less she respects you. The more you try to prove your worth, the more invisible you become. Not because you're not enough, but because she's not supposed to feel like you need her more than she needs you. You've been taught backwards. Everything you think is romantic, she sees as desperate. Everything you say to reassure her, she takes as weakness. You give her attention, she gets bored. You stay silent. Suddenly she starts wondering where you are. This is the paradox. This is how it works. And until you master emotional detachment, masculine control, and the ability to be silent without flinching, you'll always be the one left trying to figure out what you did wrong. So let's fix that. Let's break this down to the bone. First, understand this. Women don't fall for the man who talks the most. They fall for the man they can't figure out. The man who's calm, still, unpredictable, like a question she can't answer. You see, modern dating has destroyed polarity. It's reversed the dynamic. Now men are expected to chase, validate, and prove themselves, while women sit back, test, and withdraw. And the average man complies. He bends, he folds, he texts too soon, he compliments too much, he tries to win her with logic, kindness, and consistency, and it fails. Because she's not wired to respect a man who treats her like a prize. She's wired to chase the man who's slightly out of reach, not unavailable, just unbothered. She wants to feel like she earned you. So how do you become that man? How do you shift the power without playing games? You stop chasing, you stop talking, you stop explaining, you stop trying. You become intentional, disciplined, and you let her energy come to you, not through manipulation, but through mastery. Mastery of what? Your presence, your emotional self-control, your need to speak. Most men fail because they can't sit in silence, they can't wait, they can't risk losing her, so they reach out, they pursue, they fold, and she feels that fear. She sees your emotional hunger and loses attraction instantly. But when a man can walk away, when he can say nothing, do nothing, and still be centered, she feels it. And suddenly she's thinking about you again. Not because you manipulated her, but because your silence screamed louder than words. Let's go deeper. You have to understand female psychology at its core. A woman is emotionally fluid. She's moved by feelings, not logic. When you speak, she hears words. But when you pause, she feels. She projects into that silence. She fills the gap with her own mind. She wonders where you are, what you're thinking, whether she's losing you. And that feeling of uncertainty is what creates pursuit. Most men rob her of that. They overexpose themselves. They try too hard to reassure, to validate, to clarify their intentions. But when you detach, when you hold your own emotional frame, she starts to respect you. Because she knows you're not trying to control her reaction. You're just being calm, rooted, still. That stillness is power. This doesn't mean be cold, or rude, or arrogant. It means you stop bleeding energy. Stop over-investing. Stop explaining your worth. Stop trying to rescue every moment of tension. Tension is good. Tension makes her feel something. Tension is where attraction breathes. But you have to let her feel it. You have to let the silence sit heavy. You see, she only chases when she feels the distance. When she feels that your life isn't orbiting around her. When she realizes you're not emotionally dependent on her response. That's when her instincts kick in. That's when the feminine energy moves. Not when you chase, but when you hold. Now let's talk about emotional detachment. This is not about being numb or heartless. This is about having the emotional discipline to remain grounded. When she pulls back, you don't react. When she tests you, you don't argue. When she's hot and cold, you stay steady. Because you're not here to prove anything. You're not auditioning. You're not afraid of her leaving. You know who you are. You know what you bring. And if she can't see that, then she's not for you. That's detachment. That's confidence. And that's the energy that makes her lean in. Because she senses that you're not trying to win her. You're simply existing in your truth. And that is rare. You've been burned, I know. You gave too much. You opened up too early. You tried to show her your heart, and she disappeared. And now you're questioning everything. But listen closely. She didn't leave because you were too kind. She left because you gave her your soul before she earned your respect. You made yourself too easy to reach, too easy to read, too easy to have. And women don't value what comes easy, not because they're cruel, but because they're wired to be drawn to challenge, to mystery, to the unknown. She wants to discover you slowly, layer by layer, but when you hand her everything up front, you kill the spark. So what do you do now? You pull back, you reclaim your frame, you rebuild your silence. You don't block her, you don't post thirst traps, you don't chase with indirect behavior. You become centered, unshakable, mysterious again, because when you speak less, your presence speaks more. When you reach less, your absence starts to echo. And she feels that. She senses that shift. And if she has any real connection to you, she will start to pursue. She'll check your stories. She'll reply to your silence. She'll send you that first message, not because you played games, but because you stopped playing the wrong role. You became the man she has to reach toward. Listen, man, the more you chase, the more she runs. The more you speak, the less she hears. But when you become still, when you trust your own gravity, when you stop fearing her silence, that's when she starts to feel yours. You don't have to prove yourself anymore. You just have to hold your power, make her chase you without saying a word. If this hits something deep in you, keep going. The next video will take it even further. This journey's just starting. Stay silent, stay grounded, you'll know what to do.